Hello and thank you for tuning in to Millennium Movies. So we have to break down this awesome new trailer that we got for The Grudge. And this is actually not so much a reboot or a remake. This is actually more of a soft reboot in the vein of the 2018 Halloween movie. And with that movie, what that movie did was that it said that all the previous events of the first Halloween movie, the original, back in the 70s, all the previous movies that followed that are not canon anymore, and that 2018 Halloween is the actual sequel to the very first Halloween. And that's essentially, in a way, what's going on here with The Grudge, because the directors and the producers have said that The Grudge 2020 takes place at the exact same time of the Sarah Michelle Gellar Grudge movie that released in the early 2000s. So I think that that's very interesting. That's a cool choice that they've made, because now they're adding mythos. They're adding to the mythos of Kayako, who's the ghost that torments all these people in these movies. And it adds to her myth. It adds to her urban legend, because now we're going to find out, okay, now maybe we'll get some references maybe to the first movie where we can see, hey, this ghost was at two different places at once. It adds to that mystery of it, of this mysticism of, wow, this thing can be at two places at once, and it makes it a force to be reckoned with. So very cool choice that they made there, and I'm very excited to see this movie. Getting into a bit of the story now is basically, it's very simple. It looks like we have John Cho, who of course is in the Star Trek movies and the Harold and Kumar movies. He's the protagonist of this movie, and basically he's like a real estate agent who's trying to sell this house. But of course the issue now comes with that Kayako, who's the ghost, obviously doesn't want people to be coming into the house. So that's where we get the conflict there between our protagonist and antagonist. And it looks like some type of murder has gone down, and I love that we have this angle of like this cop, this private investigator, trying to crack down on the mystery of what is going on in this house. I love it when like detectives or police are like when you mix crime with supernatural elements. I love that story, that type of story dynamic, and it looks like we're going to be getting that here, because we do see at one point too that the police officer here, she goes back to her house and she's saying, I think something followed me. And we even see when she speaks to her son that in the bottom of her son's bed, you can see Kayako just kind of like her body just kind of like distorting and retreating back under the bed to hide. And it's just so spine chilling. It's so eerie. It's so disturbing. It's just something about the way her body moves is just not right. And you can also see that too when in the background here, you can see behind John Cho that she's kind of crawling up the wall, and it looks like it almost looks like stop motion, right? Like it just doesn't look right. So I really love that about the character. It makes her a unique villain in these horror movies. That it makes her iconic. That, and of course her signature. That noise she makes, right? The and we heard that in this trailer as well, and it kind of came under the same tune that we heard, which was like those violin notes, those like disturbing violin notes that were playing throughout the trailer. Brilliantly cut trailer, I want to say too. I love the edits that they chose. I love the music that they chose to show, and again, the shots here, a lot of new stuff going on. I love that long shot where we see, John Cho's going up to the bathroom, and he looks in the bathtub, and the water's just sitting there, right? The camera's just sitting there, and it's giving you time to think about it. It's letting your imagination do the work, and that's the best kind of horror, because you start to conjure up all these thoughts of what the hell's under that tub? What's in the water? And then of course the hens pop out and they attack him. But yeah, brilliant scare sequences. Again, I love going back to when the son's in the bed, when his mom is telling him, get the hell out of the bed. We need to leave right now. And I love the framing of this shot. He gets out of the bed and he walks into the shadows, and you're expecting to see him walk out of the shadows, but instead we kind of get like the silhouette of this, I guess this vengeful spirit or the demon monster, whoever knows, who knows what it is, but that pops out. So I was like, wow, that's a unique jump scare. So I appreciate all the new stuff that we seem to be getting. I love the take that the director and the writers are going with The Grudge, because this makes it doesn't feel like a blockbuster movie. It feels more like an indie film, and it makes it feel more personal. And I think that that's the right direction to head with this kind of source material of The Grudge and Kayako. So again, they're bringing all types of new elements, but at the same time, this trailer ends with something that we see from the previous Grudge movie. Because if you've seen the very first Grudge movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar, then every time you've taken a shower, you've imagined those hands coming out of your head as well. And there's a bit of a gender reversal here, but at the end of the trailer, you know, it kind of reminds you, hey, this is still the Grudge, and those hands are still going to be coming out of that hair while you're taking a shower. So, yeah, I loved everything about this trailer. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys. But until next time, this has been Millennium Movies, and I will see you all very soon.